Now, if you are not happy yourself, then you are a burden to the next person. So the greatest form of investment is investing in yourself. So that's what I can tell. Do you know what men are interested in? Men are interested in confident women. If you are confident, and we see that, you can do things, you want to do them, you are ready yourself. That's what's more important. But in most cases, I look at her asking myself, what can I get out of her? But I should look at her and say, what value can I put into her to make her a better person? So spend more time preparing and developing yourself. I'm a leadership speaker. I spend a lot of time reading leadership books, listening to leadership sermons, listening whatever. Spend more time developing yourself to be a better partner. And therefore spend more time with the word. If there is one thing that I would encourage you to spend, is that spend more time connecting with God. Because when you connect with God, wherever you're going, He will lead you. There are some times that even when I have to go to a meeting, I ask God, is this okay, God? Because He is talking to you. And tell yourself, I don't want to miss a step. I want to walk with you, God. At the end of the day, there are some people who might not be married. We don't know, maybe not all of us. So it's not like everybody has to be married.
Okay, on my side, I'll say as a single woman, you need to know who you are. Because if you do not know who you are, how are you going to be able to help the other person to be who they're supposed to be? You're battling with your own life. So get to know who you are and what is it exactly that you want for your own life. Have an idea of what you want. Do not look at a lot of youngsters, they're looking at materialistic things. You value people because of what they can give you. Remember what they can give you. They can wake up without it tomorrow. They can lose it all. But you're supposed to look at a person that if they had nothing, if you had to start a life with them having nothing, will they be able to get everything that they have if they had to start afresh? Don't look at them that you need to get one that is rich, because everybody is looking, does he have a car? Does he have money? Does he have all these things? All those things, they can lose them within a day. And if they lose them, will they be able to get them again? Because if they are not okay upstairs, they will not be able to get them again. So make sure that you've got someone that is like that. So don't focus on money. When I married him, we didn't even have money on the plate. He had 2 pants, 2 jeans, and 2 t-shirts. I looked beyond that. The shoes, I can't even mention them because I said, can't we even dye those shoes because I don't even know what the color is. But what I knew that he was a diamond in the rough. I knew he could take whatever he can get his hands on, he will turn it into gold.
Just to interject, and the other guy who was the friend was already working and showering her with gifts.
So for me, I had a choice. Do I get the one who's showering me with all the expensive things, or do I get the one that I think he's a diamond in the rough? I looked at him, I said, this one is a diamond in the rough, but I must keep it to myself. I'm not going to tell other girls because they don't see. They're just looking on the outside. They don't see what is on the inside. Just in case, I mustn't tell them. Let me make him shine and be that diamond first. So that when they want him, he can look back and say, who was there with me when I had absolutely nothing? Everything we had it together. I remember even when we moved out, we were so young, we didn't even know you needed to pay separate electricity. We thought if you paid rent, it comes with electricity. Guess what? We were surprised. We stayed the entire weekend in a house with no electricity. But for us, that was not the problem because we just wanted to be together.
Okay.
So make the things that count to count. Don't focus on the other things. You can accumulate them. I remember saying to him, 10 years from now, we won't be buying things because we need them. We will be buying them because we're tired of the ones that we had. We think it's time to upgrade. And at that time, 10 years later, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, another one. I think for the sake of time, what about if you have...
Okay. What about if you have a husband or wife who is always busy, go out and work and comes back at night, late at night sometimes, when you have already gone to bed? And that's the real, for me, that's the real question. Because that's the world that we live in. And I'm gonna tell you about me now, because I've lived with him being in Afghanistan. And believe you me, every day I was worried. First thing I did when I opened my eyes was to check, was he online? Is he still alive? Because we're talking about Afghanistan. He's been busy. He makes time. The person that loves you will make time for you. No matter how busy they are, they will make time for the people that they love. If they're so busy that they do not have time, it does not say anything about the time. It says about how much they value you. No matter, I know how much busy he is. He would rather say, I'll connect and make 3 connecting flights as long as one of them brings me home. Even if I'm home for 2 hours and I fly off, but I've heard this is what is happening with this child and I just need to witness that. And he's not busy. If we've got 6 kids, understand that those 6 kids, they've studied internationally. They are high maintenance kids. We cannot just go and take them to normal local schools. So there's a lot of finances that are needed for them. So he's working hard for his kids, but in order for him to maintain the life that we have, he has to go to work. But even with all of that, he has his day work, he has his family business, and then he's still a family man and a husband and a dad to 6 kids. And he will make sure that he meets all of them.
So there is no time, but you have to make time. Can I tell you something which is also very important to men? Is that women, actually, by the way, I think we also need to talk about this. Husbands are the best people to share your secrets with. And they will never tell anyone. Because most of the time they are not even listening. What women need is for someone, even though you are busy, believe me, you have to make time. Doesn't matter, he comes home, you are asleep. Whatever he says to you, if he says something, you as a husband, your wife usually would like to say something, right, to speak. Make sure you listen.
Of course, they say you speak too much.
They say you speak too much, whatever. The wife speaks too much. But listening to you means that I value your opinion. Listening to you means that I love you. Listening to you means that what you say matters. Sometimes all you need to say without giving solution is just to say, yes, honey. You know, I'm coming to work, I'm tired and I want to sleep. And you say, you know this, you say, yes, honey. Yeah, yes, honey. Yeah, are you listening to me or you? Yes, honey. You know, but the most important thing is that the woman feels that someone is listening. So there is no time, but you have to make time. That's why now we are talking about you, that once a week, he works Monday to Friday. That one day that he's off, have 30 minutes where it's just for you. Consciously make a decision to make time so that you can listen to your spouse. Because if you don't do that, other people will. And other people might not have good intentions.
And some of them, wives, they don't speak to their husband because their husbands, they do not have time, and they end up speaking to friends who goes and advise them because they are seeking adult conversation. So in order to avoid all of that, make sure that you listen, not with solutions. Sometimes I don't want him to come up with solution. If he's asking me about my day, and I start rambling and telling him this one had a diarrhea, this one was sick, this one was... You understand? It's not for him to give me solutions. It's just for me saying how my day was. And sometimes we don't need solution, but we just need someone to listen to us. So make sure that you can be able to listen and give time.
Okay. Um,